Hello, my name is Molly Vavak, and today I'm going to be talking about Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurodegenerative disease affecting movement. It's caused by a gradual loss of dopamine-producing neurons in the substantia nigra. I have over here in this chart that portion highlighted. Dopamine deficiency leads to Parkinsonism. Here we kind of have a breakdown of the person, place, and time that Parkinson's disease affects. Parkinson's is most common in older adults, but slightly more common in men. Parkinson's disease is all over the world, but more commonly diagnosed in industrialized countries. I believe that this is because of increased life expectancy in industrialized countries and better detection. Cases have been rising globally in the past decades due to aging populations and improvement in diagnosis and healthcare as a whole. Some statistics that I found interesting were 1 million people are currently affected in the US with Parkinson's disease. 4 million are affected worldwide. 250 to 283 per 100,000 people in the US are affected are men. 200 to 250 per 100,000 people affected are women. So you can see that men are slightly more likely to develop Parkinson's disease, but not by much. There are many risk factors that go into Parkinson's disease. It's not really a one and done type of disease, but some that may lead to the development of Parkinson's disease are head injury, a family history, or genetic prevalence of it in the family tree. Geographic location, as you can see here in the chart that I inserted, there is different states that have higher likelihood of people developing Parkinson's disease. There's a lot of different factors that go into this. One that I found during my research was the presence of well water and pesticides and herbicides getting into that well water and then leading to Parkinson's disease. But there are many different factors, including occupation, exposure to metals, and like I mentioned previously, pesticide and herbicide exposure. One that was a really silent killer for a long time was the herbicide paraquat that was used for weeds. Now, to use that herbicide, you actually have to have a certain licensure and go through a process of learning how to use it safely. So, very glad that United States public health policies have put restrictions on that. Some signs and symptoms of Parkinson's disease are what follows. So, Parkinsonism is a state that your body is in where you are experiencing tremors, bradykinesia, which is slow movement, instability, and rigidity. You can be experiencing Parkinsonism but not have Parkinson's disease, but those are the main signs and symptoms of Parkinson's disease. Additionally, REM disorder, so sleep disorders, constipation and urinary incontinence, general shoulder pain, which can be because of the arthralgia that many people with Parkinson's disease experience, and depression and anxiety. A primary prevention strategy is reducing exposure to environmental toxins such as pesticides and industrial chemicals, as well as herbicides, and promoting lifelong exercise and healthy diet, which may protect brain function. A secondary prevention strategy would be participating in early screenings for motor symptoms in high-risk individuals, neurological evaluations to detect early stage disease, and genetic counseling for families with history of Parkinson's disease. Some tertiary prevention strategies are using medications like levodopa and dopamine agonists to manage symptoms. Over here to the right, I have the a chart explaining the prescribed use of levodopa, which is a medicine that people with Parkinson's disease may take, kind of shows the sweet spot of how that medication should be working to help those with Parkinson's disease. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy are also recommended to maintain mobility and independence in those with Parkinson's disease. Deep brain stimulation, also called DBS, is used for advanced or medication resistant cases. Now, for management, there is no cure for Parkinson's disease, but there are many ways that people with Parkinson's can manage the side effects. Like mentioned previously, levodopa is a very helpful medicine. It converts itself into dopamine, which the brain is lacking in those with Parkinson's disease. Also taken with that a lot of times is carbidopa, which breaks down the levodopa to strengthen the effect of the drug. MAOB inhibitors help slow down the process of breaking down dopamine. Like mentioned previously, deep brain stimulation and working with occupational and physical therapists can also help with balance and coordination. There are my references, and thank you for watching.